We're all in that situation. Every one of us. It's just that it's so normalized because the fact that we are born into it. We're born into our models of reality. We are born into our culture. We are born into government, into these ideas of how the world works. And so we never get to actually like see for ourselves like, okay, how does the world work? You know, like instead you're born and you're like, this is the color red, this is the color green, this is the color yellow. And it's not and then it's like, okay, so you never have to guess. You never have to do any work yourself. You never actually have to even see for yourself anymore. And it's fucked up, you know? Like it's so what you have to do is you have to like stand aside from this. You have to be able to set yourself apart from everything that is normal. Everything that is normal is not good for you. We're born into this. It's going to seem normal, it's going to seem right, but it's not. And like I can't stress that enough because we are unable to see. We are told what we are seeing. We are told what we are feeling. Instead of just being born and seeing the world for the first time and just experiencing things and letting things come into our awareness and just experience them for the first time with no opinion about it, without seeing a cat and saying that's a cat, cats behave like this, cats meow, without having any language behind it, you know. We are just these like blank awarenesses, very pure, very clear awarenesses. And then as soon as we're born, they throw on language, they throw on culture, they throw on like these value systems and all these belief systems about reality and how like what is good, what is bad. And all of that is one filter in front of your eyes that is distorting reality just a little bit further until you just get a blurry picture. And you know how I was telling you, like, before I ever had glasses, I thought I had good vision, you know?
Yeah.
And then one day I tried on these glasses that were close to my prescription, and, like, I was like, holy shit, I have never seen clearly a day in my life, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like that. But it's a lot more. It's a lot, like, with every aspect of life, it's like that. With everything. Not just with seeing. And so, like, that's why these substances are banned out of our culture because they melt it away, you know, like LSD and like mushrooms. You take some of that and it's gone. That culture, all of that is gone. You are that little paisley free, you know, in that clean water, in that fresh air.
Instantly in that moment.
Yeah, just like let it settle in. You know, 45 minutes later and you're there. Like damn.
Seriously.
But
And like for other people who are like, for example, being called to do things where they don't necessarily take psychedelics, I think that for some of us, I think for me at a point, it was almost like believing in something that there was no guarantee of, you know?
yeah.
And when you have a psychedelic experience to pair it with, there's like, holy shit,
Mhm.
there's something there is. And like,
Yeah.
you know, we can constantly work towards it.
Yeah.
That sort of euphoric feeling of life, or, you know, understanding of life and being okay with how everything is and not. Yeah.
We are the fish in water. You know, the fish doesn't know he's in the water. He's born into water.
Mm-hmm.
Same way we're born into this situation here. And you can see it when the psychedelic starts to wear off. You can feel those filters coming back on. You know, you can feel the ego structure kind of getting its strength again. You can feel your cultural programming kind of coming back onto you, but it's a little it now like it's false, because you have this experience of this like other, just this experience of otherness, you know. This like, what is this over here? And like, so now you start to doubt reality, and that's the power of psychedelics, is that you start to doubt your own reality. You start to doubt what even is the color red, you know, or what's the color yellow. You start to doubt simple things like that, and that is what scares like governments. That's what scares all that, because like a government's beliefs or the government itself is not stronger than like the color yellow, you know. Like they just told us that the color yellow is yellow, but that's not a real thing. There is no language, you know. The yellow doesn't actually have a name. Yellow just is what it is, you know. And just like that, like that is the power of a psychedelic. It's that you can see through the game clearly, and it strikes fear into the people who want to keep the game up.
It's not just about psychedelics.
It's beyond that.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, but I'm preaching for psychedelics because I love them.
I know you're preaching.
And because
holy shit, but this is what you always say though, with or without. Yeah.
Yes, with or without, you can come to these realizations, you know. But the reason I like psychedelics, and I kind of like put it over everything, is because I'm like, these things, if you can't sit down and meditate for 10 minutes, then just take this instead, you know. It's like, if you can sit down and meditate for 10 minutes, then just do that instead.
Yeah.
But if you don't have the attention span for that, then just eat these mushrooms or whatever, you know, like and then just start to doubt your reality. Like, that's all that we need. We just need people around us who doubt reality. Because you'll start to see that reality is this sort of reality. It needs belief behind it. So the more people who start to doubt reality, who start to think that reality is more magical than rational, then reality will begin to behave in a magical way. But right now, like reality is very mechanical, very rational, very like scientific masculine, you know.
Whatever science.
Because most people in the world believe that, they believe what science says. They believe that the world is rational. They believe that the world makes sense. That, you know, like 1 + 1 = 2. They believe that, you know. And the world is not like that. The world's a lot more strange than that.